Mustard Knuckle.
Hello everybody, Mustard Knuckle back again, heading out in the Strv, the Swedish L38 Stridsvagn L60 M38. It's a lot. Oh, look at this. I'm using the solid shells here, the sabot rounds. The other one doesn't depend much. It seems like there's 1 point on this, and it looks like... Oh man, I might have found a spot here. Hey guys, if you enjoy these videos, we're going to get into the history, the gameplay, tips, all that stuff. And if you enjoy seeing videos that the history of these tanks and vehicles, subscribe. They're all non-premium. They're vehicles anybody can play. And in the videos, we'll go through every single part of the history, gameplay, tips, every time. So if you like that kind of stuff, subscribe, turn on notifications. You won't miss any of them. 3-4 a week. Let's see if I can get this guy. Oh, somebody else did it for me. All right. So this tank, very interesting tank, designed in Sweden. The predecessor to this tank, also designed in Sweden, by a company that was essentially bankrupt and saved by German investors in the early 30s. So it was a little tie to Germany there. Then later on, they went and further developed that tank into the M38, which has a 37mm gun and a 7.7mm cannon, and then a 7.7mm machine gun. Obviously with the sabot rounds here. One of the interesting things about this tank, probably the most interesting, and the reload's great. 4.5 seconds or something with the pen of a sabot round is nice to just try to lay down some shots. And if you get a hit, it's gonna pen, so that's nice. Okay, let's see. Alright, get that. I like this gap right here. I'm afraid I'm not going to notice somebody, though, coming. Oh, he's going to try to come around on me. Alright. Let's see. Probably got a minute before he gets over there. I haven't hit anybody at range yet. Alright, let's see. So, oh, somebody got him. Did he J out, or did he get killed? Oh, they got him, it looks like. So, anyway, the M38, the L60 as a whole, was the 37, 38, and 39, 38, 39, 40, I think. So 38, 39, 40. They had different guns on them, up to 50mm. Designed in Sweden by this Stridsvagn company. That was an accident. Come on now. Here we go. Ah, too fast. And stop and go. Ah, just got the gun. Let's see if he's gonna try to. So I like this spot. I got some cover for the hole here on the side, and not for the turret though. But I got lots of angles to work between these houses. I'm really liking this spot a lot. Reverse speed obviously not great in this. Here we go. Do it again. I should load the explosive round now. Oh, don't need it. The cool thing, one of the amazing things about this tank was this was the first tank with a torsion bar suspension. And the torsion bar suspension became a pretty big deal. Engineering wise, it is a big deal because there's no springs or shock absorbers or anything like that. It's just a piece of metal that's mounted to the hull or the structure of whatever vehicle you're using. It could just be an axle all the way through. But the way that the wheel is mounted to it is, there we go, come on. One at a time here. It's got one more guy to get. There we go. Go right through his face. Ugh, that's ugly. Alright, so we're getting in a plane air. Oh, look at this. And a built-in hiding spot. This is fantastic. Good spot. Here we go. Go get in the bomber now, see what we can do. Now, the torsion bar suspension, it's just the twisting of that beam that is mounted to or through the hull. So it would be like a tube mounted to or through the structure, and then on the end of that tube there'd be like an arm of some length, and that's what the wheel will be mounted to. Now the way, let's get these bombs out of here. I might. Alright, let's see what those do. Now here's my idea. So I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna crash right in front of this guy, or on him. Okay, so this is my theory on that. We'll get back to this torsion bar thing here in a second. So I found out by having other people crash on top of me that the explosion and the fire makes it hard to see. So my theory is, rather than flying around in a bomber with no bombs and no guns on it that I can use offensively, really, I'll just crash on top of somebody, and that'll put a fire right on top of them, and it'll at least be a distraction for a second. So if there's anybody that's working on them, hopefully I can buy them a few seconds of time to do something. That's the idea. So anyway, the torsion bar, you take the tube, on the end of it you got an arm, on the end of that arm you mount the wheel. The suspension, the beauty of it is no shocks, no springs, so it's lighter weight theoretically and simpler construction, and you adjust the rate or the tension of the spring or the travel by the material, the thickness, the length of that torsion bar that everything is mounted to. As you hit a bump, it twists that cylinder or tube that everything's attached to, and that's your spring rate. So it's one simple item that creates the entire suspension. So rather than a spring, a shock, or big old leaf springs or whatever, you've got just a torsion bar, and that's how that works. And this was the first tank to ever have a torsion bar, full modern torsion bar system. Now later on, the Germans used that on the Panther, I believe, was one of the massive applications, or one of the first large-scale or heavy applications of the torsion bar suspension. Oh, took a hit from far, I guess. Come on, there we go. Come on, I think we're gonna have to get to work here. I feel I like my spot. Here we go. I feel like I can do from back here. I can either prevent people from getting up there, or when they're up there, I can handle them from there. So I got plenty of ammo. Let's just do it. Come on. Here we go. Get them. Crit, fire. Now remember, just because you're on fire doesn't mean you have to quit. Alright, here we go. That'll get this guy wrapped up. Okay, maybe I need to move on to the next one. I don't know. He's on fire. I don't know if he'll stay that way or not. So the torsion bar was a big deal on this tank. Another interesting thing about this is that these were simply used for homeland defense for Sweden. Sweden stayed neutral, in quotes, throughout World War II. Now they were neutral in the sense where they didn't really pick a side, but they were not neutral, and I didn't make it back to my spot. Hopefully nobody finds me. They were not neutral in the sense of not helping anyone. So there's two different ways to look at neutrality. They helped the Germans by letting them use their rail lines and transit through Sweden. So they allowed that. They helped the Allies by training troops, I think, for Denmark and Norway. And they were like the home force, home defense force, something like that, where I'm gonna do the same thing to this guy. There we go. Put a little fireball in front of him so he can't see. So they train those guys. So they help both sides, maybe one side more than another. And Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom back then, or after the war, said that the Swedish weren't interested in basically the moral interests of how did I hit his gun? Of all things, I can hardly hit a whole tank when it's moving, and I managed to hit. Man, this guy he's doing good. He's just wiggling around all over the place. That's a key point. Just be moving as much as possible, because it just makes it hard to hit, especially at range. Even with sabot, it's a pretty high-speed round, but it makes it really hard to hit. He said that Churchill said that the Swedish basically threw morals and everything human out the window in allowing the Germans to do anything on their soil, basically. And the response to that was that there's apparently a different definition of neutral in regards to war, that you can be neutral and you can still help both sides while being neutral. I didn't know that. There's a convention or something after maybe World War I or just before, where they established what a neutral country actually was. So in accusing Sweden of what he did, accuse him of, Churchill was also loosely using the neutral term, or possibly using a different definition of it when he would address what their position was during the war. I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought neutral was neutral, and if you were neutral, you didn't take any sides. I kind of thought it meant that you took... Oh, did he just fall? He just fell in the river. Those bombs can't, right? Yep, no problem. That guy just fell in the river. And he... Oh my... That was pretty cool. I've never done that before. So I hit him. He fell off the bridge. Pure panic, I'm sure, when he realized that I was in the game. He said, I'm out of here. I'm just going to go in the river. So that's that. Okay, now I might be able to run up here behind... Jeez, there's just another one. There's 5 of them, or 4 or 5 of them over here. This isn't going to happen. I was thinking I could run over to A, but there's too many of them. And I can't see where they are because I'm like basic crew completely on all this stuff. Lose. 9 kills, 3 assists, 1 plane. Anyway, we'll get more into the Sweden stuff later on other Swedish videos. They got an AA I'm pretty interested in, so I'm going to take a run at that. But we'll get more into that and talk neutrality and things like that later on. So, good luck, have fun, and we'll see you in the next one.